Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ricky Cox here. Okay, so this bathroom is backing up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this toilet and we're gonna snake the main line. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. I'm gonna document the whole process through video, and we're gonna get these guys up and running, okay? So step number one is you gotta turn the toilet off. You can do that down here by turning the shutoff valve. And you always wanna hold the pipe, if it's a plastic pipe, because you wanna make sure that you get it all the way shut, and you don't wanna break anything. So then, I'm gonna put the toilet tank to the side, and you gotta get all the water out of it. You don't necessarily wanna flush it too much. It looks like one flush is gonna be fine in this toilet. Okay, perfect. So now, we're gonna take our shop vac. We're gonna get all the water out of the toilet. I've got one of these rigid bucket vacs that you can get from Home Depot. I love these because they're cheap. They're like 25 bucks. They last about a year or two, and then you buy another one. And they're portable. That's the best part about them. So we're gonna plug in, and most important thing, people, always wear gloves when you're dealing with plumbing. Stay sanitary. So. Now that we've gotten the shop vac cleaned up, or all the water cleaned up out of the toilet rather, we're gonna take this shop vac and we're just gonna put it to the side. So I think this is probably a good spot for it. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the toilet from its, you got two connections on your toilet, the water and the sewer. What you do to disconnect it after you make sure that the water's off is you just loosen this supply line, and then, okay, that's all done. So you just take a rag and clean up the excess. The excess water, which I've got several rags handy here. And next step, we're gonna do the sewer connection. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to disconnect the toilet from the sewer connection. There's two bolts on the base of the toilet. These are called the closet bolts. And what we need to do is we need to get in there with a pair of pliers and disconnect those bolts, or the nuts rather, so that we can disconnect this toilet. So we're gonna do that now. And you'll see the next part after we get the bolts off. Okay, so we've removed both of the nuts that hold down the toilet. And I'm going to go ahead and lift it up. So Brandon here is gonna catch me as I lift up this toilet. And the best way to do it is what I call the plumber's walk. You just squat it up, walk over, and set it down. Ooh, they're definitely holding water. You can take a video? Oh, you're taking video, okay. So this is holding water, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean this up and prep the area so that we can snake it, and then after we snake it, we're gonna camera it, okay? So the next thing you wanna do is you wanna clean up this old wax with a scraper. I've got a scraper here, just cheap Home Depot scraper. We're gonna scrape this up and clean it up and get it ready for snaking the drain, okay? See how there's water all the way in that line in the bottom? Yep, that shows me that this line, look at that, see? It's trying to get air through. They're blocked up. So we're gonna snake it to restore flow, and then after we snake it, we're gonna camera it. Let's go. Okay guys, so I've cleaned up around the wax ring, and I've got my machine loaded and ready to go. I've already put about 10 feet of the cable in by hand, and now I've hit an obstruction. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snake it. And what you wanna do is whenever you're snaking, you always wanna use a pair of leather gloves. If you use rubber gloves or nitrile gloves like this, you will get caught up. And you might lose an arm or a finger, so don't do that. I highly recommend that you leave the drain cleaning to the professionals, but if you choose to do it yourself, at least now you'll know the risks involved. So, take a fresh glove out. Can't beat a fresh glove. And I'm gonna plug this in and then I'll show you how we do it. Okay, after a brief intermission, we have returned. So we're gonna snake the line now. We've reached the end of our cable, so we'll add another cable and continue. All right, we're gonna run another 15 feet. Let's do it. You always want to check your cable, make sure that it's tight so it don't come loose on you while it's in the ground. We went fishing, we snaked 45 feet with the 7/8 inch cable, which is the big cable you use for main lines. And we're going to pull it back and see if we find anything. All right, Brandon?
Let's go.
All right. Look what we got. Some fucking tampons, bro. Tampons. Every time. Alright, so we've cleared the stoppage, we've taken all the snake equipment out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a courtesy camera of the line to determine if there's any other problems that need to be addressed. And what's really cool about this technology is I can go into the pipeline and I can do an examination. This is the monitor right here. But what's nice about this monitor is I can actually set it up with a Wi-Fi signal to display on a tablet or even an iPhone. Bringing plumbing to the 21st century. So we're gonna camera this line and yep, looks like she's holding water. And it's cast iron pipes and it's, well, you can see that there's a shift right there. So, number one, the sewer line's holding water. You can see that this is where the clean out is on the outside. That's the top of the pipe. You can tell this because there's water on the bottom, obviously. And what we're doing is we're going backwards. Now, the big thing to notice is about, I want to say, yep, see we're holding water here. And we're doing okay, this isn't too bad. Now we're starting to hold water. And there we go. We got a busted pipe. Or a fern coat that's settled. And I think that's probably where some of the clogging is going on. Look at that. Okay, so let's continue backwards. See what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn the locator on, and we're gonna see if we can locate this. Okay, so we're gonna use the rigid scout to locate the drop in the line. This is probably where all the backups are occurring because whenever there's a drastic drop and there's a lip like that, everything is getting caught on it. So what I've done is I've located the equator of the sonde, and we're gonna follow this until we get to the highest concentration. So that as the number goes up, that means we're getting closer. And what you want to do is you want to follow the equator. Okay, so we just lost it a little bit. Let's go back. Okay, so I think we're at our highest point here. So let's rotate it. Okay, we're definitely in the right area. Yep, okay, look. So you see that mark? What we want to do is we want to put a bubble, we want to put a marker down right here. And we're right, you see that bubble marker? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take one of these markers that comes with it, and you want to put it down right there, okay? Now we go to the other side. So there's the equator, and then we come over here to where the second side of the signal is, and it's right here. So we want to mark it right there. So we put our mark. And then we go to our equator. Our equator's right here. And that is how you locate a pipe using the rigid Navitrax scout. So we've finished our inspection. We've cleaned up the area. We got a new wax ring on there. And we're gonna put this bad boy down. And then we're gonna caulk it. And make sure it's shimmed and level and all that good stuff. And we're out of here, dude. So let me just dry this up since there was a little bit of water over here. Get a nice dry clean. All right, it's dry. Let's set this bad boy down. That's it. There you go. She's pretty steady actually. The floor must be level. All right, so we put the toilet back on with a new wax ring and bolts. It's nice and straight. It's level. It's not moving anywhere. And what we want to do is we're gonna put our bolt caps on, but we're also gonna fill it up and test it. So again, if you got plastic pipe, make sure you hold back on the pipe so that you don't break the pipe while you're turning the valve. And then fill it up and let's test it for leaks. All right, y'all, so it's kind of dark in here. You probably can't see us. Brandon is driving back, but we finished the job. The clients were super, super happy, and, you know, obviously they can use their bathroom again. And, yeah, this is the life of a plumber, especially when someone calls you at 5 o'clock with an emergency. You go out there and you get them taken care of. And we are exhausted. We're going to go home, and we're going to get a nice night's worth of rest, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Good night, Facebook.